Time for a post-game conversation with Coach Rob Manchester of Georgia Military. Coach, big win, 74 points on the board. Man, I got writer's cramp with all those touchdowns that you scored, but you got to be pleased with the overall performance.
Yeah, I mean, to get a win, first game of the year, got some of the first game jitters out, I think. Definitely a lot of stuff we need to improve on still, but I had a couple, penalties, just losing composure, wasn't happy with, but I think for the most part, didn't get anybody injured, I don't think, and it's always good to come get a good win. I mean, that team, that's some really good-looking kids and stuff. I just, I don't know, they just didn't have the horses maybe to kind of finish the game, but I mean, they had some good, catches and stuff for touchdowns that we got to get better on. The third down and short, I mean, we can't let those type of plays happen and expect to beat somebody like Iowa Western, but it's a good win. Beautiful day, not very hot. Hopefully it'll hit hot next week.
I mentioned that during the game.
Yeah.
I think you're probably hoping for 100 degrees next Saturday. Man, you talk about your pass coverage being tested today. I would assume, I haven't looked at stats, but that Jireh Prep was about 85 to 90% pass today.
Oh yeah, we knew that going in. They did pretty much what we thought they'd do. They mimicked what they did last year. But I mean, they were a 10 personnel team, threw the ball a lot, and they had some good looking receivers. And they made some catches, and we just got to, it's a whole new defense for us, run a new scheme. But I thought the guys did well. You notice, we got an extra defensive lineman in now, so we're a 4-2-5, and I mean, it was good competition for us on the corners and on the edges, and we got to get better in the pass defense, which we will. But overall, I was pleased.
I'm going to ask a cornerback question, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we know that the number one spot is sewn up
Yeah.
by Chip Cooper. What a great performance he had
Yes.
today. But now what about, are you looking at that two guy, or has it been determined who's two and who's three? We saw three cornerbacks.
Right now, the Jalen Brown, number 10, he's the backup. He's number 2. We got another freshman, that Curtavian Clark, that we're really high on. Those guys are kind of neck and neck. Jalen actually redshirted last year at Iowa Western. He's from LaGrange, Georgia. So right now he's going to be the one that goes in. And, if we can try to, save a redshirt year for Curtavian, we will. If not, then he'd probably end up they'd be battling it out. But let's just hope nothing happens to Chip. So anyway, but Coach Reddy's got a plan that he's been communicating that plan with those guys all summer long since June. So they're all on the same page. And like number 7, Curtavian, he wasn't upset he didn't play. He knows what's going on. So that's where we are right now. Yeah.
All right, 2 questions before we wrap up. And I never want to put a negative spin on a 74-17 win. But you had one player disqualified. Does that mean he does not play next week?
I think he has to maybe sit out a half because he sat out the rest of the game. I don't know. I may not have dressed out at all. I mean, that's the thing I'm talking about, the individualism and, hey, look at me doing something stupid. I mean, you got to have composure. We had another guy got one 15-yarder for running his mouth. And, you can't do that. So, I mean, those 2 individuals, I made them take their stuff off and sit the rest of the game, and we'll see if they learn their lesson or not. But, I mean, the other 15-yarders, we'll see it on film, the personal fouls on the quarterback. Those are effort plays. So, if it's really late, we'll watch it. But, I'm not going to be as upset about the effort plays, And the one touch that last scoring drive, I think we had 2 or 3, holding and some 15-yarders that, we can't let that happen, especially against good teams.
Well, you kind of encompassed my next question. It was in regards to penalties. So I'll skip that and just say congratulations on a big win. Hey, 5 running backs carrying the ball today, 3 quarterbacks threw the ball today. Chip Cooper, big game. Traquan Jones, big game. I mean, those are the guys that we expect to produce, and they did.
Yeah, we had a couple offensive linemen that were out. Hopefully they'll be back next week. I mean, they were starters. But I think all the other guys stepped up. I think we really have some good depth at quarterback and, at quarterback, obviously, but offensive and defensive line, that's where the games are won, is up front. And, we'll see what happens next week.
Coach, congratulations. Let's kick some butt next Saturday.
That's the plan. Appreciate it. Thanks so much.